Hey guys, this is Amit and you are watching TechDad. In this video, we are going to compare between OnePlus Nord 2 5G versus Samsung Galaxy F62, and we will discuss which one is better in camera, performance, display, audio of the devices, features, communication chips, and about the prices. In the end of the video, I will tell you which one is better according to me. So watch this video till the end. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. Let the comparison start with the camera of the devices. Talking about the rear camera of the devices, not to have triple camera setup, 50 megapixel of wide camera, 8 megapixel of ultra wide camera, 2 megapixel of macro camera. Whereas F62 comes with quad camera setup, 64 megapixel of wide camera, 12 megapixel of ultra wide camera, 5 megapixel of macro camera, and 5 megapixel of depth sensor. So the winner here is F62 because it have quad camera setup which have 64 megapixel of wide camera which can take high resolution of photos. And about the front camera of the devices, not to have 32 megapixel of wide camera, whereas F62 have 32 megapixel of wide camera. So the winner here is F62 because it have low aperture, which can take low noisy photos in low light conditions. Let's talk about the camera features of the devices. Not to have dual LED flash, HDR and panorama, whereas F62 have LED flash, HDR and panorama. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have dual LED flash. And about the video recording options in the devices, Nord 2 can shoot 4K video max at 30 fps, Full HD video max at 240 fps with gyro electronic image stabilization, whereas F62 can record 4K video max at 30 fps, Full HD video max at 30 fps. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have gyro electronic image stabilization which can stabilize your video footage. Moving to the performance of the devices, let's start with the operating system of the devices. Nord 2 have Android 11 support. On the other side, F62 have also Android 11 support, so it's a tie. And about the user interface of the devices, Nord 2 have Oxygen OS, whereas F62 comes with one UI. So it's a tie because both of the user interface have different UI. So it's up to you which UI you like it or not, it's up to you. Let's talk about the processor of the devices. Nord 2 is powered by Dimensity 1200 5G based on 6nm processor, whereas F62 is powered by Exynos 9825 based on 7nm processor. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have faster processor which gives you faster processing speed. And about the GPU of the devices, Nord 2 is packed with Mali G77, whereas F62 is packed with Mali G76. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have faster GPU which gives you faster FPS in games. Let's talk about the clock speed of the devices. Nord 2 can clock at 3.0 GHz based on octa-core Cortex chipset, whereas F62 can clock at 2.73 GHz based on octa-core Exynos chipset. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have faster clock speed. And about the RAM variants in the devices, Nord 2 have two options, 8 and 12 GB, whereas F62 have 6 and 8 GB of RAM variants. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have bigger capacity of RAM option. Let's talk about the internal storage of the devices. Nord 2 comes with 128 and 256 GB of storage, whereas F62 have 128 GB of storage option. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have faster read and write speed. And about the external storage of the devices, Nord 2 did not have any card slot, whereas F62 have dedicated card slot. So the winner here is F62. Moving to the display features of the devices, let's start with the display size of the devices. Nord 2 have 6.43 inches of display, whereas F62 have 6.7 inches of display. So the winner here is F62 because it have bigger screen size. And about the screen to body ratio of the devices, Nord 2 have approximately 85.8%, whereas F62 have 86.7%. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same ratio. Let's talk about the screen resolution of the devices. Nord 2 comes with Full HD Plus display. On the other side, F62 also have Full HD Plus display. So it's a tie. And about the display type of the devices, Nord 2 have Fluid AMOLED display having 90 Hz of refresh rate with HDR10 Plus support, whereas F62 have Super AMOLED display. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have Fluid AMOLED display which can produce more darker black and vivid colors. Moving to the body features of the devices, let's start with the thickness of the devices. Nord 2 have 8.3 mm of thickness, whereas F62 have 9.5 mm of thickness. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have slimmer body. Talking about the weight of the devices, Nord 2 comes with 189 grams of weight, whereas F62 have 218 grams of weight. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have lighter body weight. And about the protective glass of the devices, Nord 2 have Gorilla Glass 5, whereas F62 have Gorilla Glass 3. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have newer generation of glass. Let's talk about the build quality of the devices. Nord 2 have glass back with plastic frame, whereas F62 have plastic back with plastic frame. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have solid build quality. And about the SIM options in the devices, both of the devices have dual nano SIM support, so it's a tie. Moving to some of the most important features of the devices, let's start with the fingerprint scanner of the devices. Not to have under-display fingerprint scanner. On the other side, F62 have side-mounted fingerprint scanner. So the winner here is F62 because it have a physical scanner which is faster than under-display fingerprint scanner. And about the sensors in the devices, not to have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass, whereas F62 have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass. So it's a tie. Let's talk about the battery capacity of the devices. Not to have 4500 mAh of battery capacity, whereas F62 have 7000 mAh of battery capacity. So the winner here is F62 because it have massive battery capacity. Let's talk about the charging speed of the devices. Not to have 65 watts of fast charging, whereas F62 have 25 watts of fast charging. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it can charge up a device faster. Let's talk about the loudspeaker of the devices. Nord 2 comes with stereo speakers, whereas F62 have normal speakers. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it can produce a massive sound. And about the headphone jack of the devices, Nord 2 did not have any 3.5 mm of headphone jack, but F62 have. So the winner here is F62. Moving to the communication chips in the devices, starting with the WLAN of the devices. Both of the devices comes with Wi-Fi, AC, dual band Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi direct and hotspot. So it's a tie. And about the Bluetooth version of the devices, Nord 2 have 5.2 generation of Bluetooth, but F62 have 5.0 generation of Bluetooth. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have newer generation of Bluetooth. Let's talk about the positioning chips in the devices. Nord 2 have dual band AGPS, GLONASS, Galileo, BDS and other chips, whereas F62 have AGPS, GLONASS, Galileo and BDS. So the winner here is Nord because it have many chips. And about the USB connectivity of the devices, Nord 2 comes with second gen of Type-C connector with OTG support, whereas F62 also have second gen of Type-C connector with OTG support. So it's a tie. Moving to the price of the devices in the international market, Nord 2 is around $300 US, whereas F62 is available from $300 US. In the Indian market, Nord 2 have starting range from 28,000 rupees, whereas F62 is available from 21,500 rupees. So the conclusion of the video is, in the camera, the winner here is Nord 2. In the performance, the winner here is Nord 2. In the display, the winner here is Nord 2. In the body segment, the winner here is Nord 2. In the features of the device, the winner here is Nord 2. In the communication chips, it's a tie, and about the prices, the winner here is Nord 2. So the decision is totally yours. Which device you like the most so far, and let me know in the comment below. What do you think, which device is better for you? So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like our content, please like our video, share this video and subscribe to our channel. Comment what you thought in the comment below. If you're watching this video on Facebook, please like our page TechDad. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, here's my Instagram ID on the screen. This is Amit and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.